Hi everyone, AcuFacialGal, Julie Schillebeer here with, a new series. And this one is on acupressure. Many of my patients, they are used to me helping to reinforce their treatment by using these little intradermal needles. You can see it's just a little sticker, and then there's a tiny little needle. So for instance, let's just try that on small intestine 3. You can see. And of course we can take the little tab off. There we go. And it's barely noticeable, but it's actually really beneficial and can stay on for a couple of weeks. Normally not on the hand, but other places on the body. So for this video, we are going to learn all about acupressure for neck pain. So as someone who's had 6 car accidents in the past, and acupuncture just helped so much. I remember I started getting it when I was 12 after a really severe car accident, and it just made such a difference. So, I know we all suffer to some extent with neck pain due to stress, due to any accidents you have, car accident or not, how we sleep. Sometimes we wake up and our neck's sore because we've slept funny. And many of us sit at a computer desk all day long, and that brings up lots and lots of pain, but really neck pain. Or, let's say you're looking at your phone and your head's down reading for such a long time, it can really affect the neck as well. So before I jump into the amazing acupressure points for neck pain, I wanted to just set up with using one of the vibrational tuning forks that I would use on someone who has pain. So here we have the earth fork. This one you always want to use in relation to a different frequency so that we have a balance. Earth, of course, is the only planet below us, so we always want to keep ourselves grounded by using this fork. With any of the other vibrations. So this one here, this beautiful purple fork, is the zodiac vibration, and it's really good. I like to say it's kind of like the earthquake vibration, so it shifts and disperses, so it can shake you out of the pain that you're in. So let's all just take a nice deep breath while I ding the high frequency forks. And before I go on, I also just wanted to show you the tuning fork that I would use on patients' bodies. So again, we have the earth fork here, and then the beautiful purple zodiac. So I don't know if you can hear that at all, probably not, but we would just place the points, for instance, just like so. And this is going to be a gentler approach to having an acupuncture needle in, and very, very relaxing as well. And then we can also, for tight traps, just get right in there. Yeah, it's a really nice treatment. So as a facial renewal acupuncture specialist, something I work with a lot of my patients who actually are coming in for facial acupuncture is the sides and the back of the neck. Because what happens is when we have a tension, I'll use the example of a tight jaw. Well, the antagonistic muscle here is actually going to then be weaker. Just like if we flex the bicep, we're gonna have the tricep not really doing much of anything here. So it's all about that push and pull balance. So if we are having any tenderness in the back of the neck, we can sometimes see more sagging down here, but we can also see tension into the forehead as well. So again, if someone's coming in for forehead lines, I actually work with the back of the neck every couple of treatments, really to help balance those muscles. Okay, so we're just going to dive right into our first acupressure point, and this one is actually the command point for the back of the neck on the lung channel. So an easy way to find this is if you just put your hands together, and then where your index finger lands, right here, that is where the point is. However, I find it easiest just if you're running up towards your thumb, when you're about 1.5 inches from the wrist crease, you'll feel a little notch there. So again, just right here. Now, when you are doing acupressure, you can use different tools. So I have a gua sha stone, and you want to have firm pressure, kind of circle around for a few minutes, just taking deep breaths and relaxing. So besides the gua sha, dolphin stone, we have another shaped gua sha tool. So this one again has just a smaller end and then a larger end here. So I would use the smaller end and again just massage. Again, it's kind of right on the side there. Yeah. So lung 7, Acute, is known as broken sequence. That's the translation into English. So since this point is on the lung channel, it is of course beneficial for any physical lung issues, asthma, common cold, but also it's an amazing point for sadness, any grief that you have. So many of us are having a lot of grief right now, and it really just helps uplift the spirit. So when I do this point for, let's say it is more an emotional issue, I'll always say to the patient, just doing a little bit of the 6 healing sounds visualization, breathing into the lung a beautiful sparkly diamond energy along with courage, and then releasing sadness, grief, and depression. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our second point, small intestine 3, Ho Shi. And that's this point right here. So again, it's right down from the pinky on the side, right where the skin kind of changes from softer, thicker to harder skin. Right on the side, if you make a little fist, just right there, you can see. So just right on the edge, you can feel a little notch in there. And again, we can use a little tool to help. So this point is amazing if you have a stiff neck, the sides of the neck or back are sore. It's one of the main points used for upper back pain in practice. So on to our next point, Jiao or triple warmer 3. So similar location to small intestine 3, just one over. So of course, here's small intestine 3. And if we turn, Jiao 3 is right here. So when you're making a fist, right between the 4th and 5th fingers, just right, sorry, my hand's pretty pale, but just right into there. So again, I'll just make a fist and then come right in between the 4th and 5th fingers on the hand. So this one is extremely beneficial for any side of the neck pain. And with any of these points, for any of these points, when you're pressing on the actual point, you're welcome to moving your neck just slowly from side to side. So if I had a difficult time turning my neck to the side, then that's the way I would want to gently move it as I'm pushing the point. And the other side. One of the other things I love about Jiao 3 is it's really good for any liver energy stagnation, tinnitus issues, so any ear pain issues as the channel goes right behind and around the ear and in front. But it's really good for mood swings. So if you know anyone around you or in your family who's having some mood swings, a bit temperamental, just start massaging this point and hopefully they'll calm down. So on to a extra point. So in Chinese medicine and acupuncture meridians, we have the 12 regular energy highways. There's 14 main ones in total, including the conception and governing vessels running middle of the front, middle of the back. But then we have a whole bunch of extra points. So there is one that is really specific for just neck pain. We call it Luo Zhen. And just like small intestine 3, Jiao 3 are right on the same line. If you go between the 2nd and 3rd fingers, right below the knuckle joint on the hand. And again, if you have stiff neck, let's say it's really bothering you on the right side, you would want to massage the same side. and then just moving your head as you push. So the next point is actually on the lower leg, and it is along the gallbladder channel. So even though the gallbladder channel actually starts right beside the eye on the outer edge and runs all the way down the sides of the body, down out the fourth toe, just above the ankle, we have gallbladder 39. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my lower leg up here, and you can see right on the side by the ankle bone, right down here, if you just run your finger up about a hand measurement, right there, just in between, there's two tendons here, kind of just right in the middle, and it's about 3 inches up from the tip of the ankle bone. And again, you can just kind of run your finger and you'll feel it there. So one of the things that I love about gallbladder 39 is it's a preventative point for windstroke or stroke. So when I worked in the hospital in Anhui province, in the city Hefei, I worked in the stroke department, and this was a commonly used point. So if stroke does run in your family, this is a wonderful preventative point that you can use. Okay, so these are the zodiac forks. We have just the 2-pronged one here that is very beneficial for dispersing and removing stagnation. So that's the high frequency fork, and then we have our gold ohm earth forks below. And then over here, we have the one that we actually use on the body. So this is the zodiac middle fork, and generally besides using this point on adjacent meridians distally, you can also use it locally. Okay, and then down here we have some different tools that we can use. This, of course, is the gua sha. I love the dolphin fin because it has 3 prongs here, a point here, but then you can also use that side of it. And then a completely different shaped gua sha tool. This one, of course, you can really get into some knots locally. But for scraping, which is a technique I'll be showing you, this is a nice gentle way to use scraping. And then over here, so if patients are very sensitive to acupuncture needles, or I want to reinforce their treatment and have them go home with some treatment they can continue with, so these are amazing. They're little stickers, and then there's a little needle. You just pull that open, and then there's a little needle under there, and it will stay on a patient for a long time, up to a couple of weeks. And last but not least, a little trick I want to show you if you are having any sort of pain, but I find it's really beneficial for shoulder or neck pain, is using a spoon. So this is what we call scraping, and you can do it with a gua sha. But basically the idea is that if you have, let's say, a stiff shoulder in here, you want to use the side of the spoon and just scrape it down, down, away from the head. And you'll notice it can get really red, and that's the stagnation releasing. So if I am using a gua sha tool, it's less sensitive, but a spoon will work fine, and that will really help. And then maybe put some essential oils on the area that will help move and improve the circulation. It's a great tip to use alongside all of these acupressure points. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions. There will be a link to the blog post so you can actually see the points on a model. Thanks so much. Bye.